Jimmy's got something really cool that I'm not helping him carry.
Last week we put in the rooftop deck, and this week we need to finish up some things that we didn't get to. So we need to put in the ladder, and we need to finish staining some of the trim. We're still riding the high of finishing the deck in less than a week, so we're going to keep the momentum going. We're going to finish this up and hopefully tackle some cool new projects later this week.
We got this ladder off of Amazon. We'll put a link in the description in case you're interested.
We haven't read the instructions for it, so we'll learn at the same time.
The reviews for this ladder said that the instructions were difficult to follow. Someone else in the reviews also said, you know, the instructions are bad, but it's a ladder, so it's not really rocket science to put it on. So far, we've found the instructions pretty straightforward and easy to follow, but because of the curve of our bus, we're not able to put some of the supports exactly where they're supposed to go. We're not following the directions exactly to a T, but we're kind of doing the best we can with what we've got. We were supposed to be able to install some sideways supports between the top two rungs, and there is no way that's happening because that overlaps with our top lights on the bus. So we just installed it a little bit lower. It will probably support a lower maximum weight than if it were properly installed. So we'll just have to keep that in mind going forward.
It is creaking.
Yeah.
Gosh, that is the world's tiniest ladder. That is so tiny.
Wow. It's like I'm getting out of a pool. I like it a lot better than using the leaning ladder that we've been using to get up here, so it's already an improvement. It is a little creaky, but I was expecting that. I'm happy though. This is kind of what I was expecting to get out of it.
Yeah, not bad. Well, from climbing up over the hood or doing what we just did, I definitely prefer the ladder.
Too clever. In all seriousness though, do you prefer the ladder?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, pros and cons, I feel like this ladder is like just as secure as the one that you just prop on the side, you know?
Probably.
Like, it's safe unless you're reckless on it, and then it's not safe.
We weren't able to install it the way that the manufacturer intended, so I don't know if it's going to support like the weight limit printed on the box.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're just going to be cautious. We're not going to jump or swing around on it. So are we going to stain next?
Yeah, so now that we got the ladder, we can bring up the stain and touch up the parts that we didn't get to last week.
Yeah, I think that'll look good. The two-tone has grown on me a little bit, but
Not enough.
not enough. I think it'll be better to get it all stained so it's the same color.
So I added these 4 bolts here, so that actually did reduce some of the creaking, but a lot of the creaking I think is coming from the top since it's a little bit less supported than the bottom portion. But I think it's good for now. I think we're going to call it. We did decide to put it on the right side of the bus rather than the left side because the left side has our license plate and we just couldn't find a good orientation where it wasn't covering up the license plate. So we just moved it to the right side. It's not our first choice since the door swings this way. So it won't be able to open like fully, but I think we'll just have to work around it. But I think that's all we have for today. So we're going to wind down and pick you back up tomorrow.
Welcome to our tiny home to be. We're going to give you guys a quick walkthrough of what our layout plans are right now before we start actually building them out. We came out this morning and Jimmy and I kind of brainstormed, got some final measurements and taped everything out. So here's what we're thinking it'll be. So this large 7.5 foot span will be our kitchen counter. We are planning on putting a kitchen sink right here. We want to have a 2-burner gas cooktop stove right here. And our Dometic chest open fridge will go here on a slide out. And then on this side we want to have a microwave inset in the cabinet, and back here we have something kind of exciting that is not really part of the kitchen. We're planning on putting a televator right here that should be visible from the living room area. Part of this is not really kitchen space even though it's part of the kitchen counter. And then we want to have some kind of cabinetry up here, maybe like an open edge shelf, but we'll probably at least have some cabinets where we'll put most of our food. As soon as you walk into the bus, you'll see right here is going to be our couch. And we really like chaise lounges, so we wanted to have kind of an L shape to the couch. When you sit here, you should be able to very clearly see the television that'll rise out of the kitchen countertop. And so our living room setup with the couch is very comfortable for 2 people. And if we had company, one of the main reasons we wanted to have a swivel seat on our captain's chair was so that they could kind of turn around and enjoy the living space a little bit more than if it would only face the front. So we also have the captain's seat right here to kind of join the living room area if we need more space. Here is our bathroom. We're planning on having a shower and a Nature's Head composting toilet. We haven't fully engineered out how it's going to work, but we're planning on having our toilet on kind of a pull-out mount so that we can tuck it away and use the full area of the shower to shower, and then whenever we need to use the toilet we would just pull it out from its cubby, and then the bathroom would be taken up almost entirely by that. So we're thinking this will help us save space, but also not compromise on having a toilet and shower, because those were important things to us because we really want to be able to go off grid for a while. And then coming back here, this will be where our bed is, and you might notice it kind of has a funky cut right there. We're planning on cutting our current full-size mattress so that it fits in this area, and then that way we're able to line up the bathroom with the studs on the bus. So our bed will take up this area. We're gonna have some cabinets. We're also planning on putting cabinets up here that would keep most of our clothes. And underneath our fixed bed, we will have plenty of garage storage accessible from the outside. And over here, we're planning on having a small dinette. This is where we're currently running all of our electrical lines, and we want to keep our batteries in the seat that will go right here. So we'll have one dinette seat here and another right there, and they'll be facing each other, and we should have a table centered with this window. And the plan right now is to put the table on a swivel mount so that you can pull it out and turn it so that you can face this window and pull up a chair, so that it's more like a desk with a scenic view. Just so that we can switch things up and have kind of a different layout if we feel like it. So that's kind of what we're thinking. We've been working on this layout for months, and I think we've kind of picked out exactly what's going to work for us. So we're really excited about it, and I think our next step is to start framing. So we're going to start working on that.
Well, we got our first beam in, one of many. I really like that. That is secure. That's so much better.
So we were a little unsure about how we were gonna put in the framing, and after staring at it for way too long, we decided to just jump in and kind of get started. And inevitably, I think we're gonna make a few mistakes, but it's just part of the fun. We're kind of being laid back about it, and we're trying to do our best, but also keep ourselves sane. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
We did it! Wow! Look at that!
Now I can swing from this, right? Alright, so you probably saw us fiddling around with the mounting system at the beginning. Our second vertical beam didn't land on one of the bus ribs, so we cut out a larger horizontal piece. It's real small, but I think it's perfect for us.
It looks like a guillotine right now.
I don't know why your mind goes to that, but am I that difficult to work with?
No, it'd be great. These were difficult to work with. This wood is not straight. It's like bowed and twisted, and we did the best we could. I think it turned out good.
Yeah.
One really hard thing with building a bus is that nothing's level, and it's really hard to make everything square because, you know, not everything is even square with each other already. So we did our best.
And on top of all of that, we're parked on a hill, so not only is nothing square or level, like the ground itself is not level that we're sitting on, so that does not help either. But I'm happy with it. Yeah, it looks straight to me. So here's just a quick update on what we've been able to accomplish so far. We've got the right and most of the left sides up. I'm currently cutting out a freestanding wall here since we're planning on having our hidden toilet compartment underneath the bed that will slide out into the shower area. So I'm trying to leave room for that. It's making it a little difficult because I can't mount things to the floor in that area, but I'm trying to just work around it and mount to the ceiling where I can, and then just do the cross-sectional beams where I need to add supports. Just a couple more and the framing for the shower should be done. So we finished framing out our shower.
It's so cool to have walls inside the bus. It looks so different.
Yeah, it completely transforms the space in here. I'm kind of disappointed that these are the only walls we've been putting up, you know, from ceiling to floor.
I think it'll be better in the long run because I think it'll look really open. But for right now, we're just kind of excited to have something framed out and three-dimensional finally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it feels good to do something other than subfloor inside the bus.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a really small shower and bathroom because we want the option, but we really don't want to take away too much from our living space. So I'm really happy with this compromise because it'll give us the option to shower and have a private restroom, but I think it's really minimal in terms of how much it takes out of the build because we were able to fit it in front of one window.
I heard someone else's thoughts on putting a shower bathroom inside the build, and I remember they said that since it's a place where you only spend 20 to 30 minutes tops in a day, that they just don't think it's worth it. We kind of share that sentiment, but like we definitely know it's a necessity for us.
We want to be able to be off grid for like a week or 2 weeks, and for that, I definitely want to be able to shower and not have to drive into town.
We definitely knew we wanted a shower, but we're totally okay with kind of making it smaller than normal.
I think it will fit our needs really well.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got some really fun updates planned for next week, so definitely don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed all of your comments, so thank you and keep them coming.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week.
Bye!